Hey. Okay, so I earlier did a video of the inspiration and how a mala starts coming together, a meditation mala. And then I did another one of exactly what the process is of actually physically making it. And I was so excited because ta-da! It's finished. So I get slightly obsessive once I've started making a mala. It's like I just have to see it become the thing that I've seen laid out, and I just want to get to meet it. And I know, okay, I'm not woo-woo. I'm normally really pragmatic, but bizarrely, when it comes to malas, they like really personal. And I think also why I like that, why I kind of talk about them in such almost human terms, is because you can buy something that's just been mass produced in a factory or put together by a machine. But when it's, proper gemstones, something that's been hand tied and loved and made and, created, one of the beautiful things about having a meditation mala is that it becomes something that's very special to you. I only discovered recently that, malas shouldn't really be worn as jewelry. So when I give a mala to someone, it comes in a really beautiful little pouch. So that it can be kept in there for protection. But at the same time, they're just really pretty, and it's just sometimes nice to have it there. And also, if sometimes it's nice to have it accessible, because if you're out and about and you're kind of playing with it, you might start thinking about a mantra, or it might comfort you, or you might just look down and see the crystals, or any part of it. So yeah, I'm not going to judge on that part. And just also incidentally on that, while I say it, I also always make sure, because I try to get quality findings, like admittedly this is brass, but I like the colour of the brass. But usually I'll use some silver. So I always provide a polishing cloth as well, so that whatever metal parts you have on your mala, you can polish. Because what I've noticed is if you're wearing them a lot, they can, as with any jewelry. This I've got to clean on an almost every other day basis. So it just keeps them nice and shiny and new. But just while I say that, don't ever polish your gemstones with the cleaning cloth, because the chemicals interact with it and can damage them depending on the gemstone. Okay, so what's in this mala? So this little baby has got the prayer holder, which has got the mantra Om Amideva Hri on it, which is Buddha Amitabha's mantra, the Buddha of infinite light, and symbolic of overcoming obstacles, compassion. And it's just, it's one of my favourite mantras. And so I have put in there, it's very cool. I'm a bit like a 5-year-old because it opens up. I like cool stuff like that. Put a little copy of the mantra in there for the new keeper of the mala, so that if they, it's just nice to have it in there, or if they forget it, because sometimes these things, unless you've learned your mantra and you're quite used to it, it's quite easy to forget. It's just a nice little thing. You can always replace it with what little keepsake you'd like to put in there. So that fits perfectly in there. And then gemstones wise, we've got carnelian. I really like carnelian. It's a lovely sacral chakra crystal. It's got this really lovely energy that's quite self-assured, without being full of itself. And bear with, when I speak about the crystals, I do personalize a lot of it. So I'm not a woo-woo person. I'm actually really quite pragmatic. And the reason why I love mala meditation so much is because it makes meditating so easy. You literally sit down, hold your mala, do your 108 repetitions, you're done. Easy. Versus trying to sit there and go, don't think of a pink puppy. Odd, never mind. Don't think about the conversation you had yesterday. With your mala, it keeps you on track. So why I'm saying that is because I do really quite personalize the gemstones, because whatever is in your mala feels like it kind of creates what you've got. And also, what I like about having a mala that's been so personally made, and why I personalize them, is because there is love there. There is a lot of care that's gone into it. And when we're meditating, when we're wearing something on us, we want to know that it's something that's been loved and created with with a lot of care, and not something that's just been mass produced somewhere and strung together and you know, yeah. So they're babies. Anyway, so we've got carnelian, which, as I say, is it's as soon as I look at carnelian, it just brings me right into my sacral, lets me settle, helps me feel really quite self-contained and self-assured without ego. I'm just like, yeah, I'm here. This is what I'm doing. Then we've got unakite. Unakite is really good for balancing mind, body, spirit. And so if you think in any sense, whether you're looking at meditative sense or even straight up normal psychology, we know that mind, body, spirit are all interconnected. So when you're doing your 108 repetitions of a mantra with your mala, and you might have a subconscious awareness of, hey, look, when I'm going over the unakite, that's adding assistance to me connecting my mind, body, spirit. Whether you believe in the power of gemstones, or the fact that that their physical makeup influences the body in some way, or whether you think that's a whole bunch of rubbish, it doesn't really matter. They're just pretty and they feel nice. But if you're into it, then yeah, that's going to slightly influence the way that you connect with it and help you to go, okay, yeah, mind, body, spirit, all connected. Awesome. And then we have got leopard skin jasper, which is lovely. It's a really protective stone. And interestingly, strange word for me to use, having just said I'm quite pragmatic, but it's useful for journeying. So the people who love doing that sort of thing, who wouldn't? It's really nice for that. But also on the same level, when you go into a deep state of meditation, when you are working through your malas and you've got quite far around it and you're quite used to it and you're really starting to focus purely on the mantra and nothing else, then it's almost like journeying. You go away. Anyone who meditates would know that, and anyone who just even feels those few moments before going to sleep at night where you feel like you're drifting off and you're not quite in your bed and you're not quite asleep. Journeying. Ta-da. Okay, and then we've got, I like this. I specifically put wood in here. I really wanted a really natural, earthy, grounding vibe in this mantra. Mala, sorry. And interestingly, this wood is specifically cassia. And cassia is very good for healing and purifying. And interestingly enough, I was recently in Thailand and I actually said to my friend, like, what are those trees? They're absolutely stunning. Not knowing that they were cassia. They are breathtaking. They're glorious, like almost like a bright yellow wisteria, but better. Wisteria is lovely. So those, and then I've finished it off with a tiger's eye. I've got a soft spot for tiger's eye because I'm South African and I went to the Kimberley Hall and found my very first tiger's eye when I was 6 years old. I've still got it, by the way. And tiger's eye is a really, really lovely, it's just a stunning crystal that's incredibly inspirational and empowering somehow. But yeah, I'm not going to carry on ranting on about the gemstone properties, more so about how people often say to me, well, okay, what are those? What do we use them for? Your meditation mala, you will hold ideally in your left hand, and you do not touch it with with your pointy finger, because in Buddhist culture that's an ego finger. And you will literally start at your guru bead, which is effectively where the mantra is held, at your starting point, and work through each and every single one of your 108 beads, because it's symbolic, and I'm not going to go into that because this video will take too long. I just wanted to explain briefly to you what on earth a meditation mala is. And you will then literally work through each of your beads, and on each one you'll repeat your mantra. So for example, on this one, the mantra is Om Amideva Hri. So if I was meditating with this, I'd be going Om Amideva Hri, Om Amideva Hri, Om Amideva Hri. And you can do it as slow as you want or as fast as you want. But the point is that by focusing only on the mantra, it really takes you away. Now, mantras can be anything. They can be affirmations. They can be I am light, I am love, I'm peace, I'm happiness, I'm relaxed, or anything. I've got a number of mantras that I really like to work with, depending on my mood or depending on what I'm aiming to, you know, achieve within my mental state on the day, where I feel I'm at. But this one, the reason why I'm mentioning that mantra is because that's the one I kind of attributed to this mala, but that does not mean that that's the only mantra you would use with it. And then you'd work all your way around your 108 beads, and then you'd sit quietly for a few moments, feel, you know, that quiet space before you get on with your day. So yeah, I'm not going to carry on going on, but I just wanted to share with you that the baby's done and it's gorgeous. And it spent the night out under the full moon. I always do that. All of my crystals have full moon baths just to, you know, power them up and just cleanse them. It just feels nice, whether you believe in that stuff or not. It just feels like they've been, you know, anything, if you put something in the earth, it cleans it. You know, it's known from an Eastern medicine concepts that if you go and stand on the earth barefoot, it grounds you, and you know, so balances your energy. So this is, it's all brought into one. Anyway, if you'd like to know more about malas, let me know. I do regular workshops. I do make malas all the time. So if you would like one of your own, hit me up, because I've got a huge selection that really should be leaving my house, but I struggle to part with them. So there you go. Hope that was helpful.